Well, we're over here at the woods. Today is, I don't even know what day it is anymore. March 5th. I don't know if you can see in there. It's hard to see on the phone, but this tank is full. So, 300-gallon tank. We have our pump set up going through the truck. Not exactly perfect, but we'll see what happens. We got a 250-gallon tote in the back of the truck and a 300-gallon tank, so we're going to be leaving some here. That's all right because it's still running. I just turned the pump back on. I had to shut it off earlier because I didn't want the tank to overflow. So we're already back up to about 7 inches of mercury. So what we've been waiting for. We got the RO at home. We got to get that going. I got that flushed today, and we're going to be ROing this sap and running it probably tomorrow or Friday. I'm not sure which. So it's supposed to get cold the next 2 days, but as this season has gone, so over the weekend it was like down low teens, I think maybe 11 degrees. And today, here I am standing in a t-shirt because I was just getting overheated in the sweatshirt. So the thermometer in the truck on the way over said 59. I don't know. I'm about ready to pull my hair out with this season, but we'll see where it goes. All right, good morning everybody. Today is March 7th, first Friday in Lent, so enjoy your fish fries. So what we got going on today, and you know, story of my life, day late and a dollar short, or always late to the party, whatever. Anyway, we're finally getting around to boiling some water in this with the steam away. We just, you can't see in there, it's all fogged up. But we just got the fire lit, and we'll see how this goes. The only thing I haven't been able to figure out yet is this float valve, so we're going to give Nick Wendell a call. It doesn't seem as though this float valve will put enough pressure on that cap to keep whatever's in the head tank here in the head tank until we need it in the float box. Because I got it cranked about as high as I can get it, as tight as I can get it, and I'll reach over and turn this on. Even with the valve just cracked, we got water coming in. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Anyway, other than that, I'll give you a peek in here. I don't know if that's going to pick up too well or not, but you can see the steam pipes. Actually, probably got a little bit too much water in it. That's because we were farting around with the valve over there. It's only supposed to be about 3/4 of the way up the pipe, which is about right here. These tubes are actually on a slant. This end is underwater. So we got to get this thing up to temperature, get a little bit of steam, not up to temperature, but get some steam rolling in here and clean everything out. We have as per the instructions, a solution of baking soda and water to clean it out. So we'll get that steaming up a little bit. Once that's warm, we'll let it cool off a little bit and drain it, and then we'll flush it with cold water or fresh water, and then we'll be ready to go. We got a sap tank over there full of sap. Not full, about 3/4, a little better than 3/4 full, and another 100 gallons in the garage. So we got enough to get going. We're going to get that RO'd probably tomorrow morning and then boil it tomorrow afternoon, because this thing really cranks through some sap. So shouldn't take us too long to run 400 gallons. Guess in an hour or two, maybe 3. So anyway, should be boiling sap tomorrow. So hope everybody's that's watching, if you're a sugar maker, I hope your season's going well. If you're not, give it a shot. And don't forget, we're going to be doing Maple Weekend this year. the last 2 weekends in March, 22nd, 23rd, and 29th and 30th. We'll have the place open. You can come in and check it out and see what we got going on here. All right. Didn't know if we'd ever make it, but here we are. Today is March 8th, 2025. We're probably 3 weeks behind where we're usually at this point. And we are just firing up for the first time. This is our first boil of the year. We got, I think it takes about 55 gallons between filling the trays in the steamway, filling the flute pan. I know the flute pan takes about 30. There's about 5 in the front. So I think we got about around 55 gallons in the rig here. And then, I don't know if you can see it or not, but we got our head tank is right there. It's about almost full. And I believe this is about a 65 or 70 gallon tank. So I'm gonna guess we got another probably 60 gallons or so in there, 65. So if everything runs right, this won't be running long tonight. This thing is last year with just the pan and the syrup pan and the flute pan, we were boiling about 35 gallons an hour on a good night. And the steamway up here is supposed to add another 65%. So we should be able to push about 50 gallons an hour. So it'll take a little while to sweeten the pan. We got about 7% concentrate out of the RO on our first try with that. So it shouldn't take too awful long to sweeten, maybe an hour or so. And then hopefully we got enough in there to be able to draw some syrup tonight. So we'll see. Take a peek over here to see the condensation dripping away off the trays from the steamway. We got hot condensate coming out already, chugging away there. Pretty good stream. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so we got our first boil done, the one to clean it, and noticed a couple problems. So I'll kind of take you through goods and bads, what I've seen so far. So first thing is, when I was putting this together, you see this tab here. This tab, I think the bottom of it was supposed to be on that line because it's exactly an inch off, and the tab's exactly an inch wide. So that was something from the factory that wasn't right. The second thing, and I'll show you in the float box here, you can see the float shut off. So if you can look real close behind the screw, you can see a little bit of dark in there. And on this side, same thing. There we go. So what I ended up having to do on both sides, that was the original hole. And after talking with Nick, what the problem was is that cap was not centered on the elbow that comes up. There was no way to adjust the elbow because it's welded. So the only thing we could do was fiddle with the, actually you can see the gap there on either side. So what I ended up doing was basically drilling a second hole and connecting them to make a slot. And then I was able to adjust this shaft towards the back. I probably didn't need to go that far with the hole, but I'm not a machinist, so. But what that did was made it so that when this float comes up, it would stop the flow. Because what happens in here, I know it's kind of loud, and I don't know if you can see it, but it is bubbling. So those pipes in there on the bottom, if there's too much sap on top of them, apparently it can't, the blower is not strong enough to make bubbles. So the steamway had filled up too much and was not making bubbles, which is what part of its grandeur is. Anyway, so you can see in there, if the camera wants to focus, I'm sure you can see the drips. So that's all the condensation coming off the bottom of the tray that the sap is going to be in. It's water right now in the trays, but there'll be sap in there tomorrow. So that's water just coming off from the difference in temperature between the steam going up. And as you can see here, I'm hoping that this PEX holds up. If not, we're going to have to change it out. But you can see there's a pretty good stream of water coming out of there. So it's just about too hot to put your hand on right now. So as long as it doesn't get any hotter than that, I think we'll be all right. May end up having to go to maybe the orange PEX, or maybe actually having to go to maybe a braided line or something. This is the one coming off the hoods, and if you can follow it up. So it's collecting off the back hood and the front hood. So overall, pretty happy with it. Not thrilled about having to fix stuff right out of the box for what you're paying for these things, but it is what it is. So I think all in all, Leader makes a pretty good product. So I think we'll probably stick with them unless we find something else better. So we're just about done with the second boil now. We're gonna let it go for another 5-10 minutes and then let the fire go out, and we will drain this and we'll be running sap tomorrow. So that's it. Well, we're about I'd say half an hour in, and we got her cranking now. Looks like I might have to install a fan in that stack right there. Not a whole lot of, I guess there's enough steam going up it, but seems like more going around it than up it. So right now we're still okay. We're not fogged in, so that's good. Better than we were last year with Houston. We have a steam problem. You can see in there, I think you can. It's focusing on the glass. There we go. That's the flue pan boiling away. We got our feed coming from the steam away through there. Our condensate ripping. Got our RO flushing, rinsing. There's our concentrate coming in. We've come down. Probably 3 inches, 4 inches on the tank. I'll try to get you. It's kind of hard to see in here. Maybe if I got a light. That's the blower on the steam away, just bubbling away, taking all that steam. So I think everything's going good. So again, that's our boiling point of water is 0. So when it gets to 7, we got syrup. So we got a long way to go. It's not even bubbling in there yet, but everything else is. Well, we're finally drawing off some syrup. March 9th. So I told you before, when this thermometer is set at 0, when it gets to 7, that means it's 7 degrees above the boiling point of water. And I'm not sure if it's not far enough into the pan or what, but this is why you always want to have a hydrometer handy. I've been doing this a little while. I'm by no means an expert, but I can usually get a pretty good idea of the bubbles in the pan. If Megan wants to swing around there and show them, especially in that one middle compartment. they might have calmed down right in the back of this one. Anyway, so when you get the tiny little bubbles like that, it's usually really close to syrup. And this is a Murphy cup. So what this does is it compensates for temperature. So right now it's telling me my hydrometer should say just over 60 degrees. So I'm going to set this hydrometer in here. And we're actually pretty heavy. We're at 60, looks like 62 bricks. So we're heavy. We'll have to add some water to that. But like I said, I'm going to even draw some more off because I just drew that. And, that's why you need to have more than just the thermometer. So we've boiled almost 900 gallons of sap. We're just now getting syrup. Sorry, I had to shut off the RO. We just finished ROing the last of the sap from today, about 550 gallons. And I'm doing a desugaring on the RO. You get about 5 gallons of concentrate out of there when you desugar like that. So now it's saying still 60, and we're still at, yep, we're still at 60, 62. So we're gonna keep drawing slowly here. I got a feeling we're gonna get darn near a pan full. Okay, so we finally shut the valve off because what was coming out was up here in the 50s. But as you can see, the Murphy cup says it's supposed to be 60 and a half. It's hard to see because of the bubbles on here. The 60 is just below the red line, and we're at about 61. So we're just a touch heavy. We can correct that with a little bit of water or sap down the road. But I'm gonna have to do some investigation, see what's going on with this thermometer. I suspect that the end of the thermometer is not long enough to get as deep in the pan as it needs to be to get a true reading. I think I was running the pan a little bit deeper last year, and that's why I was getting away with it. But we'll see. Might have to get a new thermometer and shut off the steam away, or bypass the pans, wash the steam away tonight. We'll be ready to go again tomorrow, so should be running again today. All right, thanks everybody for watching. Maple Weekend coming up. If you want, come on out and see us. 22nd, 23rd of March, and then the 29th and 30th of March. And even if you're not in our area, if you go on the New York State Maple Producers website, you can find a map of the state, and you can find a producer in your area. Go visit them. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll be talking to you.